3, 2, 1.
This is going to be one of the most important things that I talk about. You know, when you're trying to get this business off the ground or to the next step, you might be afraid to buckle down and commit to one thing and one thing only. You know, there's this thing, hear me out, it's called Peter Pan syndrome. I dealt with this. In the beginning, I didn't want to start a landscaping business, okay? And I knew for a fact it was going to take like 5 years of hard work to build this fully established business, and I was like, and I run into a lot of guys that message me this, and in the comments they send me private emails. So if there's anybody who knows about this, it's me. And it's like they're afraid to buckle down and commit and go full time. What if it doesn't work? They have all these questions. And I'll tell you one thing, this thing called Peter Pan syndrome, it's funny. And I was listening to Jordan Peterson talk about this too. So, you know, when you're young, you have unlimited potentiality when you're a little kid, right? But then what happens is you become a teenager and you still have unlimited potential, but you start to feel the pressures of the world saying, yeah, you got to go to school, work hard, get good grades so you can go to college or get a good job or do something. And now that the world starts closing in on you because responsibilities start coming in, you got a cell phone, car payment, insurance, maybe you got an apartment. Now you got to pay bills, and the bills don't stop. And what happens is you can have that one last time where you start bucking the system. That means you become resentful, you become rebellious, and you don't want to do it. Why? Because you have all this unlimited potential, and it's okay when you're young. Even when you're in your 20s, you have this unlimited potential. And people let you off the hook. You can do stupid shit and get away with it because you're still in your 20s. You got unlimited potential. But what happens is, then when you hit your 30s, if you still haven't done shit with your life and you haven't buckled down and committed to something, then it's like, what have you been doing the last 10 years? Like, nobody cares anymore. You're playing a totally different game now. Now you're hitting your 30s, and this should scare you if you're in your 20s. But the good news is your 20s are your learning years, your 30s are your earning years. And I'll put a link in the description below, or I'll put a card right here. You got to see this video. Your 20s are your learning years. But like I was saying, you buck the system. If you squeeze down and you eliminate other options and you commit, it might even feel like you're dying because it's terrifying. But here's what happens, kind of like getting married. I said I would never get married. It's the best thing I ever did. It actually created so much freedom for me in my life. This is so true for me. Buckling down, committing to my landscaping business. You squeeze through, and it's like going in through a tunnel. It's very painful in the beginning, getting a business off the ground. But when you stay committed for a long enough time, it feels really, really, really hard. But what happens is on the other side, now it blossoms out. And all of this opportunity comes back into your life. And now you have influence and control and power. You might have more money. You could do all the things that you wanted to do back then. But now you can actually do it times 3 because you buckled down and you committed to something. It's hard when you don't see results right away. Just give it 2-3 years of just working hard, putting the work in. And I'm telling you, it'll be worth it. There's people in this business that are making bank, dude. Just trust me. All the stuff that you want, it's right in front of you. We live in the greatest country to be able to do this. So buckle down, commit. Don't have Peter Pan syndrome. Don't be afraid to grow up. Growing up's a good thing. I'm Keith Kalfas. Peace.